Good morning, students. Welcome to the Basics of Civil Engineering lecture classes. I am HEMANTH Kumar, Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department from G. Pullareddy Engineering College, Autonomous. So, today in this lecture class, I am going to give the lecture number 9, that is highway payments. Okay, so there are some of the contents we are going to be discussed in this lecture. There is number 1, introduction to the highway payment. Number 2, types of highway payments. Number 3, importance of the highway payments. And fourth one is differences between the flexible and rigid payment. Okay, before going to these topics, we have to know what is the highway payment. So the introduction of a highway payment is nothing but the highway payment is the structural layer of a road. Okay, highway payment is nothing but structural layer of a road which provides a smooth, safe and durable surface for the vehicles. Okay, so what is the purpose we are going to be constructing the road means nothing but to give the transportation facility for the vehicles, any type of a vehicle, whether it is two-wheeler vehicle or else three-wheeler vehicle or else four-wheeler vehicles. Okay, any type of a vehicles, we have to give the comfort transportation on the ground surface. So that's why highway payment is one of an important component in the transportation engineering. So the highway payment is the structural layer of a road which provides the smooth and safe and durable surface for the vehicles to move on the road. Okay, so let us take a small example. Before, so very old years ago, there were no any comfort roads. Okay, so after that, slowly the technology is growing up. Different types of roads are there. Today we are going to be discussing about those roads. Okay, next, so in this highway payments, there are main types of highway payments are there. One is flexible payment, another one is the rigid payment. What is meant by the flexible payment and what is meant by the rigid payment? These two types of the payments that we are going to be discussed in this lecture class. So there are main two types of the road surfaces used for the pavement construction. Okay, so number 1, flexible pavements are made of multiple layers. Okay, so for constructing of any type of a road, we have to start from the base. Okay, nothing but there are having number of layers. So that is the base layer is subgrade layer, next sub base layer, next base layer, next surface layer. These are the different layers we have to be follow to have this type of pavement surfaces. Okay, so there are having two types of the highway payments. One is flexible payment, another one is the rigid payment. What is the flexible payment? The flexible payments are made of multiple layers. While coming to the rigid payment also consists multiple layers but less than the flexible. Okay, but it is more strong, my dear students. So the rigid payments consist of less layers than the flexible payments, but it is more strong. What is an example? Okay, let us see the flexible layer, the flexible payment and rigid payment. So this flexible pavement, it has 4 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are these 4 layers? We will discuss now. And when coming to the part of rigid payment, this rigid payment has very less layers, nothing but less than the flexible layer, nothing but 1, 2, 3. Okay, right. So in flexible layers, what are those 4 layers? One is subgrade layer, which is base of a road. For example, if we are going to be constructing any type of a house or else any type of a building or else any type of a complex, first thing we are going to be constructing the foundation or footing part, no, where the footing is going to be constructed under the ground surface. So same like that, on the ground surface should not construct any type of a building, on the ground surface should not construct any type of a road surface. It should be come from the base, under the ground layer. So the under the ground layer is subgrade layer. Next, second layer is sub base layer. Next, third layer is base layer. When coming to the last layer is surface layer. Next, when coming to the rigid pavement, so the rigid pavement also should start from base of a ground, nothing but subgrade layer we are going to be calling. Next, second layer is either sub base or else base, or base, any one we can. Next, when coming to the part of third layer is surface layer. Okay, surface layer. The construction process of these layers are having same to same, but when coming to the surface layer of flexible pavement, we are going to be using that type of roads or tar roads, asphalt roads, bitumen roads. When coming to the surface layer of rigid pavement, what type of roads we are going to be observing? Nothing but cement concrete roads. Okay, cement concrete roads we will discuss in C. Right. See, so you can observe a small image on the screen. So one is a flexible pavement, another one is the rigid pavement. You observe just a small thing here. So here first layer is there, next second layer is there, third layer is there, fourth layer is there. So what is the fourth layer? Nothing but the surface layer. What is the first layer? Nothing but subgrade layer, nothing but natural formation layer. Okay, my dear students, natural formation layer. Next, when coming to the rigid part, same as subgrade is natural formation layer. Natural formation layer means nothing but ground surface. Sir, why we have to should not construct the road on the ground surface? Why? Because on the ground surface the available of a soil is topsoil, where the topsoil is somewhat loose nature will be having. So that's why we will be dig or else we will be excavate the ground until it gets hard. For this type of road surface we can dig up to 120 to 150 mm thickness. Okay, we will discuss in next slides. Okay, so in the flexible pavement, the fourth layer we can observing here bitumen or else asphalt road or else bitumen road or else tar road. When coming to the rigid pavement, so we are observing concrete roads, or else in this concrete reinforcement part also we are providing nothing but steel. See, you people see here, steel reinforcements also provided here. Okay, that's why rigid pavement, but it is more strong. Okay, next, now coming to the part of flexible pavement. What is mean by the flexible pavement? The flexible pavement is defined as a one consisting of mixture. Okay, flexible pavement is nothing but it is a mixture of asphalt or bituminous material. It is a mixture of asphalt or bituminous material and aggregates. Okay, here any bituminous material or any asphalt material is there. So in this bituminous material we are adding aggregates, nothing but chips. For road construction we are going to be calling as chips. Okay, I think a very 10 mm size of small aggregates. So these type of aggregates we are going to be adding in this bituminous material. So the flexible pavement is defined as a one consisting of mixture of asphalt or bituminous material and aggregates which is placed on a bed of compacted granular material, appropriated quality in layers over the subgrade. Okay, see, now we will see. Okay, in previous slide that we have discussed now, for the flexible pavement it has 4 layers. What are those layers? One is subgrade, another one is the subbase, third one is the base layer, and fourth one is a surface coarse layer. See, you people see. So this is a small typical cross section of flexible pavement. Okay, Nana? Right. See, compacted subgrade layer. So nothing but we have to be excavate and fill the material, nothing but 40 mm size of aggregates. Okay, 40 mm size of aggregates, or also we are placing small little bit of aggregates plus any type of a soil. So it should be have the layer is 150 mm to 300 mm for standard. Next, when coming to the sub base layer, okay, when coming to the sub base coarse layer, so the thickness of a sub base and coarse layer is 100 mm to 300 mm. Okay, 100 mm to 300 mm. Any type of a soil, or else any type of a gravel, or else any type of a small chips we are providing on the top surface of subgrade layer. After that, we are going to be sprinkling some water, sprinkle some water, and have to be compacted with the bulldozer vehicles. Next, base layers. So this is a very prime coat. So in this base layers, any binder coarse particles we can provide. Nothing but it should be have the thickness 100 mm to 300 mm, or else 50 mm to 100 mm. And last layer, that is surface layer. On the surface, what surface means, what we people are moving on that surface road, that is tar road or else bitumen road. That is the flexible pavement of that is a flexible pavement of a road surface. Okay, now you people have understood what is a small introduction of a flexible pavement. Now we will see what are the importance of this flexible pavement. Okay, first one is flexible pavements have low or negligible flexural strength, flexible in their structural action under the load. Flexible pavement layers reflect the deformation of the lower layers on the surface of the layer. Okay, so these are the some of the importance. Okay, when coming to the rigid pavement, so it is very strong. Okay, coming to the rigid pavements are very strong. When coming to the this flexible pavement layers, this flexible pavement type of roads are somewhat less strong. It will have the maintenance and works every year. So due to the climatic changes, okay, if there is any rain, okay, if there is any summer temperature, summer season, in that time what will be happen in summer temperature, any expansion or else any contraction will be happen. Why? Because in this flexible pavement of roads we are using the bituminous material. Okay, next, rigid pavement. What is mean by the rigid pavement? So this rigid pavement is also one of a consisting mixture of cement concrete or else reinforced concrete slab. So in our daily life that we people are observing the how they are going to be constructing the houses with the concrete, same type of that concrete we are going to be using on the road surface. That name is going to be calling as rigid pavement for the strong purpose. Okay, so a rigid pavement is constructed from cement concrete or reinforced concrete slabs. So the grouted concrete roads are category of semi-rigid pavements. Okay, see, there are having three layers. What are those three layers? One is subgrade layer, another one is the base layer, and next one is the surface coarse layer. On the part of a surface coarse layer we are going to be constructing the concrete slab. Okay, my dear students, you people can observe here subgrade layer, nothing but what will be there, topsoil will be there. So we have to remove the topsoil up to 150 mm to 120 mm to 150 mm of thickness. After that we have to add 40 mm size of aggregates with some any type of any soil for having a bonding purpose. Okay, slowly after that what we have to do, sprinkle the water and compact it through the any bulldozer vehicles. So like this the process will be having for the same flexible and rigid pavement. When coming to the part of surface layer for flexible pavement, surface layer for the rigid pavement, there what type of a road we are going to be constructing? Tar road, bitumen road or asphalt road. When coming to the surface layer of rigid pavement, we are going to be using that concrete road. Nothing but you people can observe here. See, concrete slab. Okay, in image you people can observe here not only the plain concrete cement, they have mentioned here reinforced, nothing but longitudinal joints, transverse joints and tied rigid shoulders. So here steel reinforcements that they are going to be providing in these concrete slabs. Okay, and we people are going to be discussed now importance of the importance of the rigid pavements. See, first one, it possesses what? Rigid pavement possesses flexible strength or flexible rigidity. The stresses are not transferred from grain to grain to the lower layers. For example, we people have constructed one of a flexible pavement road. On that road, vehicles are going. Okay, vehicles are traveling. What will be happen? The vehicular load will be apply the load on the road surface. Where the load will be go? It will be transferred under the layer. So while transferring to the layer to layer, so in flexible pavement, it will have the more deformation. It will have the long stresses. When coming to the rigid pavement, if we have constructed the concrete roads, same that on the concrete road, any vehicles are traveling, so the load will be applied on the concrete road and slowly the load will be having less deformation, but it won't be transferred to the entire subgrade layer. Okay, that is the main point. Stresses are not transformed from grain to grain. Grain to grain means nothing but one soil to another soil, or else one aggregate to another aggregate, or else from one layer to another layer. In the next slide, we people can observe that one to the lower layers. Okay, next, these type of rigid pavement roads are made by plain cement concrete, reinforced cement concrete and pre-stressed concrete. Sir, what about this pre-stressed concrete means? We can observe on the bridges. Okay, we can observe on the bridges pre-stressed or else post-tensioned steel concretes or else any flyovers. Okay, for example, in Tirupati Garuda Varadi, it was done by the pre-stressed concrete and also prefabricated. In there that they have mentioned the post-tensions. Okay, wires. Next, flexural stresses in plain cement concrete slabs, it contains 4 Newton per mm square or 40 kg per centimeter square. It stresses. Okay, next, the rigid pavements has slab action and transmits the wheel loads stresses through a wider. Okay, when coming to the flexible pavement, it transfers the load stresses will transfer entire to the subgrade layer, but here in the rigid pavement it transfers to the wider section part. Okay, so that's why the main advantage of a rigid pavement is that we are going to be providing the steel reinforcements. Why? Because it releases the stresses very easily. Okay, next, these are the main importance of rigid pavements. Next, we will see what is the differences of flexible and rigid pavements. There are some little small differences are there that we can observe now. See, according to the material using, when coming to the flexible pavements, what type of a materials we are using? Nothing but asphalt or else any bitumen or else any tar plus aggregates. We people are using the material for the flexible pavement of road. When coming to the rigid pavements, what materials we are using? Nothing but simple concrete material. So the concrete, it contains mixture of cement, cement, sand, coarse aggregates and water that we have discussed in lecture number 4. You people can observe, you people can watch that lecture number 4 very clearly about the concrete, how it can manufacture. Okay, let us come here. The material using in the flexible pavements are aggregates and any fluid, nothing but asphalt or else any bituminous or else any tar material. When coming to the rigid pavements, we are going to be using the concrete material. In that concrete we can add the any steel reinforcement. Okay, next coming to the traffic volume. So the traffic volume, it is best suited for areas that have low to moderate traffic volume. Okay, when coming to the rigid pavements, best suited for the areas that have heavy traffic volume. So when coming to the part of flexible pavements, where the traffic volume should be somewhat less. When coming to the rigid pavements, the traffic volume should have some, it contains some more or else some heavy. Okay, for example, for a 10 meters length of a road, if the number of vehicles are flowing or else number of vehicles are stopping, what it will be happening? Nothing but slowly the load will be applied on the flexible pavement road surface. The load will be distributed under the under the subgrade layer. So what will be happen? Small damages will be having. Okay, so the traffic volume, it should contain less quantity. Okay, moderate, have to take some causes. Next, when coming to the rigid pavement, it can have heavy traffic volume. Okay, number of or else heavy loaded vehicles also can travel. It won't be have any problem. Why? Because the load will be applied on the rigid pavement, nothing but concrete pavement. Slowly it distributes the loads, slowly it distributes the stresses wider section of a road. Okay, so that's why it won't transfer the load up to the subgrade layer. Okay, next, durability. When coming to the durability, the flexible pavement, it will have, okay, but every year some small patch works, nothing but any repair works will be having due to any temperature or any climatic situations. See, flexible pavement has very less durable and require more maintenance. More maintenance means, for example, in any rainy season, okay, what will be happen? It will going to be some wet. After applying the load, any patches will be having. To cover that patch, some other extra material have to be provided. That is one of a maintenance. Again we have to apply the asphalt, any bitumen, layer by layer every year. This is somewhat some risky type of a process. But coming to the rigid pavement, the durability is more, okay, but less maintenance. Okay, it can work, so the rigid pavement will have more durable but less maintenance. There is no maintenance for the durable, nothing but concrete roads. Okay, next, for construction cost. When coming to the construction cost of flexible pavement has lower initial construction cost. Okay, when coming to the rigid pavement, it have higher initial construction cost. Okay, but only one time we can invest the money to construct the rigid pavement. For flexible type of a pavement, if we have invested for the 1 year, if there is any maintenance or any operations or any repair works, every year we have to be provided. Okay, so for this one, construction cost is somewhat better for the rigid pavements. Okay, next, longevity. Longevity means the flexible pavement has very shorter lifespan. When coming to the rigid pavement, it has very good longer lifespan. Okay, next, to smoothness. The flexible pavement have a lighter surface. Next, the rigid pavement has very smooth surface. Okay, next and last part, the load distribution that we should be observed now. See, for the flexible pavement of road surface, if the vehicular load is applied on the flexible pavement, the load will be distributed up to the subgrade. Subgrade means nothing but where we have excavated the soil under the ground, nothing but the load will be distributed under the ground layer. Okay, now coming to the part of rigid. See, if the wheel load is applied on the rigid pavement of road surface, nothing but on the concrete, the load will be distributed up to the first layer. I mean, nothing but up to the base or else sub base layer. But it won't transfer to the subgrade layer. That is the main advantage of a rigid pavement. Okay, so this is the online class, this is the lecture 9 highway pavement class. So thank you students.